Hey everyone, it's Teresa, and if you're anything like me, life can feel like a whirlwind sometimes. Between work, family, friends, and trying to squeeze in a little me time, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. One thing that's helped me tremendously is learning how to be more organized. Now, I'm not talking about becoming some kind of super organized, color-coded guru. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. I'm talking about simple, practical tips that can make a world of difference in your daily life. So if you're ready to ditch the chaos and embrace a calmer, more productive you, stick around because I'm sharing my top 5 tips to get organized and boost your productivity. Let's kick things off with a classic, the to-do list. I know it might seem basic, but trust me, there's magic in writing things down. Every morning or even the night before, take a few minutes to jot down everything you need to accomplish. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get it all out of your head and onto paper. You can use a fancy planner, a simple notebook, or even just a sticky note. The key is to create a visual reminder of what you need to do as you move through your day. Check off each task as you complete it. There's something so satisfying about physically crossing things off your list. It gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated to keep going. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Teresa, I already make to-do lists, but they never seem to work. And I hear you. The key is to not let your to-do list become overwhelming. Instead of writing down every single little thing, focus on the most important tasks for the day. These are the things that absolutely need to get done. Once you've tackled those, you can always add more to your list if you have time. Another tip is to break down larger tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, instead of write a blog post, you could break it down into research topic. Create an outline, write the introduction, write the body paragraphs, write the conclusion, proofread and edit. See, much less daunting, right? By breaking down big tasks into smaller steps, you make them feel less overwhelming and more achievable. Okay, so you've got your trusty to-do list, but now what? How do you decide which tasks to tackle first? That's where prioritization comes in. Not all tasks are created equal, and it's important to identify the most important ones so you can focus your energy where it matters most. One popular method is the Eisenhower matrix, also known as the urgent important matrix. It's a simple but effective tool that helps you categorize your tasks based on their urgency and importance. To use the Eisenhower matrix, simply draw a square and divide it into 4 quadrants. Label the quadrants as follows: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and not urgent and not important. Now take a look at your to-do list and start placing each task into the appropriate quadrant. Urgent and important tasks are the ones that require your immediate attention, like deadlines or crises. Important but not urgent tasks are things that contribute to your long-term goals, like planning or relationship building. Urgent but not important tasks are things that demand your time but don't necessarily contribute to your goals, like interruptions or some meetings. And finally, not urgent and not important tasks are things that can be eliminated or delegated, like scrolling through social media or watching TV. The goal is to spend most of your time in the important but not urgent quadrant. These are the tasks that will move you closer to your goals and create a more fulfilling life. By prioritizing your tasks effectively, you can avoid feeling overwhelmed and make sure you're making progress on what matters most. Declutter your space, declutter your mind. Have you ever noticed how a cluttered space can lead to a cluttered mind? It's true. Our physical environment has a huge impact on our mental state, and a messy workspace can actually make it harder to focus and be productive. So let's talk about decluttering. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to become a minimalist overnight. Start small. Choose one area of your workspace to tackle, like your desk or a shelf. Set a timer for 15 minutes and see how much you can declutter in that time. Get rid of anything you don't use, need, or love. Recycle old papers, donate unused items, and throw away trash. Once you've decluttered, take a few minutes to organize what's left. Use trays, drawer, dividers, or file folders to create a system that works for you. The key is to create a space that feels calm, organized, and inspiring. Add a plant, light a candle, or put up some artwork that makes you happy. When your workspace is tidy and inviting, you'll be amazed at how much easier it is to focus and get things done. And don't forget about digital clutter. Take some time to organize your computer desktop, delete unnecessary files, and unsubscribe from email lists you no longer read. A clean digital space can be just as refreshing as a clean physical space. Your secret weapon, planners and digital calendars. Remember those days of scribbling appointments on scraps of paper and hoping you wouldn't forget them? Well, thankfully, those days are long gone. We live in a digital age where we have incredible tools at our fingertips to help us stay organized and on top of our schedules. Whether you prefer a physical planner or a digital calendar, find a system that works for you and use it religiously. Personally, I'm a big fan of digital calendars because they sync across all my devices so I can access my schedule from anywhere. Block out time for everything: appointments, deadlines, meetings, errands, and even personal time. When you visually see how your time is allocated, it's easier to manage your workload and avoid overcommitting. Set reminders for important dates and deadlines so you don't miss anything crucial. And don't forget to schedule in some downtime for yourself. It's important to have time to relax and recharge so you can come back to your work feeling refreshed and energized. The key to using planners and calendars effectively is to make it a habit. Check your schedule every morning and evening and update it as needed. Once you get into the habit of using a planner or calendar, you'll wonder how you ever lived without one. The power of realistic goal setting. Let's talk about goals for a moment. We all have them, whether it's launching a business, writing a book, or simply living a happier, healthier life. But sometimes our goals can feel so big and overwhelming that we don't even know where to start. That's why it's crucial to break down your goals into smaller, more manageable tasks. Remember that massive to-do list we talked about earlier? Yeah, let's not do that with our goals. Instead, focus on setting realistic goals that you can actually achieve. Start by identifying your big, audacious goal. Then break it down into smaller, more manageable milestones. Each milestone should be a specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound SMART goal. For example, let's say your goal is to write a book. Instead of saying, I'm going to write a book this year, break it down into smaller milestones, such as I will write for 1 hour every day, or I will complete 1 chapter per week. By setting realistic goals and breaking them down into manageable steps, you make the process less daunting and more achievable. And as you accomplish each milestone, you'll gain momentum and motivation to keep going until you reach your ultimate goal. You've got this, and there you have it, my top 5 tips to get organized and boost your productivity. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works for you and making small, sustainable changes over time. Don't forget to subscribe to Online with Teresa for more tips and tricks on living your best life. I share everything from organization and productivity hacks to self-care tips and finances. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below with your thoughts and any tips you have for staying organized. Let's create a supportive community where we can learn and grow together.